morning, everyone. Welcome to yoga. I'm Howe. Thank you for joining me. I'd like to begin by just reminding you to get a couple of items so that you have them ready for your practice. And you don't need any special or fancy equipment to do and practice yoga at home. Sometimes the simple things are just enough. So if you have a very large towel or blanket, something that can be folded, I'm using a beach towel here, which can be then placed underneath my seat or my head as I come down to rest, as well as additional padding for the knees. If you have a hand towel or a belt or some strap of some sort. And again, a lot of these additional accessories are just to assist you through moving through your edge and allowing your body to feel safe and secure and comforted during your practice today. So with that being said, I'm going to start in a seated position on the floor with my seat raised so that my knees don't have to work as hard to remain up and are allowed to fall, and I can feel supported. So find whatever comfortable seat is calling for your body today. And begin to slowly soften your gaze, perhaps closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. And take a journey inside to check in how you're feeling today. Notice the sensations of the breath as you move in and out. And as you notice things, just remember you're there to observe, not to change, not to fix. Just become aware, allowing the mind and the body to connect. Journey down to your feet, your toes, your ankles. Continue upward to the tops of your calves, back of your shins, the knees. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in deeply. Exhale completely. Notice the body releasing, knowing it's supported, secure. Continue to bring your attention to your breath. And remember that when all is awry and life may bring you chaotic moments, the breath can be controlled, something you always come back to. And for the next few moments, we're going to practice some deep breathing. Deep breathing means bringing the air in through our nose, filling up all the cavities of our lungs, our belly, feeling the body expand. And then the act of exhaling allows the message to the parasympathetic nerve or the prefrontal cortex to relax, to connect, to tell us that we're safe right here, right now. And bring your attention to your breath. On your inhale, notice from the tip of your nose and follow the breath down your throat. Enter the upper clavicle area. Breathe out and follow that back up through your throat, the back of your mouth, and out either your nose or your lips. Continue to breathe in through the nose, following the breath down through the back of the throat, down through the clavicle, through the upper lung, and exhaling, follow the breath back out. And again, in, this time following it all the way down to your heart center. Feeling the rib cage expand. And as you exhale, following that breath back up through your heart center, up through the clavicle, back of the throat, and out through your mouth. One more time, feel it flow through the tip of the nose, the back of the throat, down through the clavicle area, filling up the upper lungs, the heart space, perhaps the lower lungs and the rib caging expand. And exhale, follow back through the heart center, up through the throat, and out through the mouth. Continue this flow of breath deeply, completely, inhaling, perhaps introducing a silent count, maybe to 4 on the inhale, and counting to 5 as you exhale, making the exhale longer than your inhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And slowly return to the natural rhythm of your breath. Use this moment to picture a word at your heart center, setting your intention for the day. Imagine the light growing, shining brighter around your heart center. Imagine the feeling of being that word. And begin the journey back, allowing the release into the universe and beginning to flutter your eyes open, bringing a slight smile to your face as you welcome yourself to practice today. Let's begin with a gentle movement, beginning to open up the sides of the rib cage and bring the hands down along the side and pressing into the right palm, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reaching the left arm up and over, and exhale, leaning over to the right, perhaps keeping the gaze directly ahead, or perhaps leaning and bringing the gaze underneath the arm. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, release. And the other side, inhale, pressing into the palm, bringing the right arm up, and exhaling over. And again, either the gaze underneath or straight ahead. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more times on each side. Exhale, inhale. Inhale, exhale. One last time on both sides. Coming back to rest. Inhale, sit up nice and tall, growing the spine long, feeling the pelvic floor root down through your seat. The top of the crown of your head reaches towards the ceiling, hinging from the hips. Exhale, come forward. Inhale and exhale, maybe walking the hands out. Completing several rounds of breath. Inhale, root the tailbone and the pelvic floor down as you walk your palms back up. And again, sitting up nice and tall, reaching up through the ceiling. Let's place the left palm on the right hand. Inhale, sweep the right hand back. Inhale, up, and exhale, release back. Continue several rounds of breath. Letting any tension release. And exhale, come back to center. Cross over the right arm. Inhale, exhale, into a twist on the left. Again, breathing in. And exhaling, deepen your twist. Continue to breathe. And again, notice any sensations in the body. Perhaps the difference between the left and the right. exhale, release, come back to center. If you're seated on the floor, let's extend the legs long. And again, just pedal out, flex the toes, warming up all the ligaments and the muscles in the legs, maybe just rotating the ankles, opposite direction. And we're going to bring the legs open as wide as we can. Again, sitting on a block or a little lift in the tailbone if you'd like. And again, bring the hands to your hips, bringing your consciousness to the hip crease, which is where you will do your forward fold from. Inhale, feel the tailbone and the pelvic floor reach towards the floor. Inhale and exhale. Keep the toes curled towards you, pressing through the heels. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale. And again, if you'd like to reach your hands out in front, please do. Again, it's not about curling through the back shoulder area. Inhale, exhale, release into forward fold. And inhale, walk the palms back up to center. And while we're seated here, I am going to release my block and sit on the floor. Bring the knees up, walk the heels up, and just again, give yourself a nice gentle squeeze, sitting up nice and tall, drawing the sit bones down towards the mat. Feel the spine grow long. On your next exhale, release the left leg. You can either leave the right foot next to the inside of the left or cross it over. If it feels good to cross it over, bring the left arm around the right knee. And then again, inhale and exhale, bring the right arm behind you, pressing up through the palm, the fingertips, again sitting up nice and tall. Feeling the belly rise and fall with each breath. And exhale, release, come back to center. Uncross the leg, extend that right leg and just shimmy it out. Let's inhale, bring the left knee bent. And again, either inside or cross it over the right. Take the right arm, hug the left knee. Inhale and exhale, bringing the left arm behind you. With each inhale, feel the spine growing long. The sit bones come down and root through the floor. With every exhale, perhaps that much further, changing your perspective and seeing what's in back of you, what's in front of you, and what's to the side. And exhale, release, come back to center, uncross the legs, and again, just shimmy them out. And let's come to our hands and knees next. Slowly coming here, and again, this is where having the towel can be also helpful if you need additional cushioning on knees. You can do that. If you don't have a towel handy, you can certainly double up your mat. I just, again, curling it up however you might need. This also is good. And if you need that extra, you can curl up the towel and rest the ankles on there. So here, place the palms on the floor, spreading the fingers wide, keeping them aligned with your shoulders. And again, internally rotate the inside of your arms. Keep the knees hip distance apart. Tops of the feet can be either on the floor or you can curl the toes under. And we're going to slowly begin to wake up the spine, lengthen the spine through a little cat-cow movement. So on your inhale, lifting up through the chest, lifting the gaze, extending the tailbone to the opposite direction. And exhale, drawing the navel towards spine, bringing the gaze down. Inhale, extend, exhale, contract. And let's slowly go through this motion 4 to 5 more times. Inhale and exhale. And come back to center. We're going to move from side to side, so bring your gaze over your right shoulder as you bring your hips to the left and then to the opposite. And with your breath, slowly moving from side to side, allowing gentle hip opener, strengthening up your arms, your legs, your back muscles. And then coming back to neutral, and we're going to move into our puppy pose. And with puppy pose, we're essentially going to walk our arms out, come down onto our forearms. And again, palms spread out, fingers spread out. Trying to reach down towards the floor, allowing the tailbone to rise towards the ceiling, pressing back, allowing perhaps the forehead to come to the mat. Feeling that stretch in the arms. Allowing the breath to release the tension, the anxiety. And when you're ready to come up, inhaling, shifting the weight onto your forearms, slowly walking the palms back. And now pressing back onto your heels, into your seat, into child's pose. And on your inhale, coming back up, extending over, and then exhaling back into child's pose. And slowly moving through this with your own breath 4 or 5 more times. lengthening and extending. And 2 more times. One more time. And coming back to neutral. Now I'm going to walk. I'm just going to change my position so that you can see me, still remaining on your hands and knees. Let's begin by lifting up the right knee out to the side, and then exhale, extend the leg behind you so that the top of the foot reaches the floor. Inhale, bring the knee up and out. Exhale, bring it down, back. Inhale, up, out, exhale, back. 2 more times. One more time. And return back to neutral. We're going to kickstand the left leg. Press the left palm into the ground. Extend that right leg to the side, and as you inhale, bring the right arm up and out, bringing the gaze with it into gate pose. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, sweep it up. Feel the length of that side body. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale. Reach, 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 reach. And exhale, come back down. Bring the knee down. And the other one to meet. And again, maybe just shake it out a little bit. And we're going to do the same sequence of moves on the left side. So inhale, bring the left knee up, exhale, back, inhale and up to side, exhale, back, inhale, exhale. And 2 more times. One more time. Come back to neutral. Kickstand the right leg. Take the left, extend it behind you. Shift the weight into your right arm. Inhale, sweep the left arm up as you extend that left side body. Exhale, back down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Big inhale. And exhale. Release. Bring the knees down. Push back into child's pose. Widen the knees. Walk the hands out. And allow yourself a nice stretch. Inhale, back up. And we're going to come to standing. So slowly come up. Allow your sense of gravity to adjust. Always find your mountain pose as you come to standing. Perhaps doing a few little shoulder rolls or infinity rolls. Relax the hands by the side body. Stack the shoulders over the hips over the knees. And let's just do a little bit of, again, twisting side to side, maybe releasing the arms, giving yourself a nice little gentle massage. And then coming back to center, we're going to do a little bit of a breathing exercise. So again, feet hip distance apart, spread the toes, feel all four corners of your feet rooting into the floor beneath you, the earth beneath you. We're going to inhale and exhale. So we're moving, inhale, almost like you're conducting a symphony. One more time. Whatever movement feels good, just getting that breath moving. We have something called a Ujjayi breath, which is getting that deep breath and feeling the back of the throat constrict, allows the heat to build up. And I know on a hot day, it's probably not what you want to do, but it does build the energy. It signals to your body to energize and move, and that's what heat is all about. Okay, so we're going to do a little warrior and then also a low lunge. So let's start. I'm going to stand at the side so that you can see. And again, standing in your mountain pose. Let's take on your next inhale. Grow tall. Feel the tailbone draw down towards the floor. And exhale, step it back. Check the feet placement so that you have enough safe distance to bring a 90-degree angle to your knee. Don't hyperextend. And keeping our back foot just slightly at a 45-degree angle. It doesn't matter how wide you are, just find what makes you comfortable and stable. And let's just do a couple of warm-ups here as we inhale. Again, draw the tailbone down. Exhale, bend into the knee. We can keep the hands at the hips to keep it safe. Make sure that when you bend into the knee that you're not bringing all of your weight forward. You're evenly distributed and engaging this back leg. And when you feel comfortable, warrior one, exhale, bend into that knee, draw that tailbone back. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze. Feel strength in your warrior one. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And again, you can always keep the hand positions here or back at the hips. If it's uncomfortable to raise the arms. And exhale, straighten the knee, step back up. Again, just shimmy that out. And before we move to the other side, we're going to do a lunge on this side. So again, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back widely. Bring that knee down. You can keep the back toes either curled or down on the tops of your feet. Again, if it feels uncomfortable on the knee, find some additional padding, or just try to roll onto the top of the kneecap rather than the back of the kneecap. Keep the front foot, toes pointing forward. And again, the hands position can vary depending on how you feel today. Either the hands to the hips, the hands rise, exhale, and inhale. Feel that stretch through the groin, the inside of the thighs, pressing into that front foot. Exhale, straighten the leg, bring the gaze and the fingers forward. Inhale, bend back into the knee, curl the back toe under. Exhale, come back up, and then bring that forward, bend the knees, and come up, and exhale, hands to heart center. Okay? So we're going to do that on the opposite side. Find your mountain pose. Exhale, step back. And again, check your foot position. Make sure that you feel stable and secure. All four corners of your feet are rooting through the floor, rooting through the earth. Bend into that front knee and make sure that it's a nice, safe distance apart. And when you're ready, exhale, bend in, sweep the arms up. Exhale, straighten. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Just step back. Shake them out. Mountain pose again. Inhale again, drop the tailbone, lengthen. Exhale, step back. Drop that knee. And you might find that this side definitely feels different. And walk that front foot just a tad. Make sure that you're bending at a 90 degree and not hyperextending. This is again great for people who either sit all day or are runners and constantly contracting. All the little things that come into the hips, and there's a lot of them. So again, you can bring hands to hips, or inhale, sweep the arms up. Feel that nice stretch through the groin area, the outer hips, the thigh. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Inhale, bend. Curl that back toe under. Exhale, inhale, step up, bend the knees, come up, and exhale, hands to heart center. All right, just gonna wiggle that out. And let's do a little flow. If you have your chair and you don't feel comfortable coming to the floor, certainly do that. I will demo it both ways. So first I'll demo it without the chair and then with the chair. So finding your mountain pose, hands by your side, inhale, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, release, inhale, bend the knees, drop the tailbone, lift up towards the sky, and exhale down to heart center. You're going to step up and demo it from the chair. Inhale, exhale, swan dive forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, release, inhale, soften the knees, lift up, and exhale, hands to heart. So let's go through that 4 or 5 more times. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, release, inhale, bend into the knees, roll up, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale, swan dive forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, inhale, soften the knees, roll the tailbone down, lift up, and exhale, hands to heart. Wonderful. All right, releasing that. Let's bring the feet wide and point them out just slightly. And again, you can do this with your chair or holding onto the back of the chair if that feels good. And we're going to go into a little bit of a goddess pose or a squatting position. And again, we're going to go through a couple of warm-ups before we hold it for any length of time. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten and exhale. Inhale, exhale, hold the position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back up. Exhale. We're gonna hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. And one last time. I know you're gonna be shocked, but you can do this. We're gonna do 10, okay? Inhale, deep inhale, exhale, bend, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, press up. Bring the hands to the hips. Walk the feet out. And again, take a forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, draw the tailbone, maybe soften the knees, come back up. We don't want to strain the back. And one more time, exhale. Inhale, come back up and walk the feet together and shake it out. Awesome job, awesome job. Okay. Let's do a couple of side bends here. So we're going to take the arms and sweep them up and clasp the hands together except for the index finger and the thumb. Maybe perhaps squeezing the arms around the ears. Exhale, bend to the right. Draw the left foot down, keeping yourself stable so that the only thing is moving is the top half of your body. Inhale, begin again to press into that left foot. Bring yourself back to neutral. Inhale, grow taller, reach higher, and then exhale, press into the right foot as you bring your stretch to the left side. Inhale, press and come back up, and exhale one more time on each side. And inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. And back. And release. Now, let's do a couple of balance poses. Again, if you would like to use the chair, you can also use a wall. Sometimes I'm going to demo it against a wall because sometimes using just sort of the information of the feeling of the wall against you, lifting up on your toes and then coming back down, back on your toes and coming back down, and just warming up the feet. And we're going to come into our palm tree. So again, some people like to have their feet together. Some people like to have them hip distance apart. Whichever gives you the most feeling of stability. Inhale, come up onto the toes. Again, rotate those upper thighs inwards. When you feel secure, perhaps bringing the hands up. Oops. And then I get the wall. And see, that's what happens when I don't pull in my thighs. So inhaling. I feel like a ballerina. And exhale. I'm going to do that one more time because I feel that challenge. And again, it's not a contest, but it's something that I have to focus on. So again, inhale. Come up onto the toes. And again, maybe I have to keep the fingers here today. Or maybe I can rise. There we go. And then exhaling, coming back down. Either way, there's a lot of ways to practice that. You can bring, again, the back against. I had gone a little bit further, but having it up on the toes and literally my heels pressed against gives you some of that feeling. I was a little bit away from the wall. So doing that, or again having the chair so that you are able to hold on to that as you come up onto your toes. So one more balance move before we come back down to the floor. And again, this one is just, I call walk like an Egyptian. So it's keeping your hands out alongside, like as if you were holding a tray and delivering it to a table. And then inhaling, lifting the leg, exhale, placing it in front of the other. Inhale, lift the back heel, exhale down. Inhale. So you're taking a little bit of an extra process in between in order to allow yourself that sense of balance, sense of security, like you're walking a tightrope. And it's not about rushing it. We're not walking across hot coals or anything like that. So keeping the gaze out directly in front of you. And again, just a nice slow walk. Pretend you're holding water in each one of your palms and you don't want to spill that. And then the trick is coming backwards. Sense of stability, all of the muscle groups spatial. And just practice that at your leisure. Notice if you connect the breath with your movement, it becomes much smoother. So coming back to our center, we're going to come down to the floor. Again, take your time, find a way down to the floor, sense of gravity. And I'm going to ask you to come onto your belly for a minute before we roll on our backs for our final resting pose. So coming onto your belly, perhaps stacking the palms, resting your forehead, and again, just taking a moment for yourselves, allowing the feeling of being lower to the ground, maybe part of the ground. Bring your knees up, maybe windshield wiper the legs back and forth. And bringing them back. Now keeping the tops of your feet pressed against the floor. Walk your palms so that they're near your chest. And pressing into the feet, pressing into the palms. Spread those fingers wide. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Again, come to rest on one cheek. The arms can come back by your side body. Allow the shoulders to relax. And we're going to do one more press up. This time, bring the arms in front of bring the palms in front of your face, the elbows down by your sides, directly in front of you. And like a little sphinx, again, spread the fingers wide, press the palms into the floor, pressing into the forearms. Lift the chest up, lift the gaze. Allow the lower part of the body to remain on the mat. Exhale, release, and then two more times. Inhale. Keep the gaze down and slightly in front of you. Exhale. And one more time. It's a good lower back release. And exhale. And perhaps the other cheek. Slowly extend your arms. Do a log roll over onto your backs. Perhaps the knees are up. You come into constructive rest pose with the knees knocking together. And as you come into your final resting pose, feel free to get a pillow or a blanket, or again that lovely rolled up towel for your head, or maybe underneath your knees, or perhaps the knees or the legs come up the chair. As well as you can always do legs up the wall. And since I have a wall here, I'll show you. allowing the legs to just be up the wall, allowing all the blood and the circulation to come back towards your heart center. Begin to close your eyes, or at least soften your gaze. Come back to your breath. Bring all the goodness of your practice today. I sit until my mind slips into silence, and in that eclipse of thought, a drop of nectar forms. I pierce the perfect surface of this drop and travel inward an immeasurable distance. It could be light years or just the smallest fraction of an inch. I'm filled with everything and nothing as I rest in the center of this mystery, utterly content. My striving mind is spent, and in the quiet I realize how simple it is to arrive and taste the sweetness, and how easy it is to forget. Begin to awaken. Begin the journey back into your body, uniting your mind and your physical being and the soul. Permit the subtle movements. Bring your awareness back into this moment. And when you feel ready, perhaps coming back into a comfortable seated position. Allow the eyes to remain closed, or again, perhaps a soft gaze. And bring the hands gently to prayer, heart center. Feel yourself take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, chin draws nearer the hands. May the actions that you take towards the good, towards understanding ourselves, and movement towards being more peaceful be a benefit to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you for joining practice today. I wish you well. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.